right, so we're back to lighting. I have this room. I've got these things. I need one more over here. And I'm going to need one right here. Say again?
Does the shape of the windows matter?
Yes and no, because the light coming through, as long as you've got an area that you can get the light to match up, that's why I'm taking 2 minutes and kind of getting them rough in there so that I can make sure that this light is going to hit that floor. There's something specific that I'll have to do in order to get that. Now I'm also going to go ahead and put in another cube. Yes, sir?
Did you start recording again?
Yes, I did. I know it's like a little miracle, but I actually remember to do it for a change. It's never happened before. I am horrible with this recording. Okay, so here's my little TV. I'm just going to do the TV. I'm not even going to worry about the fireplace. So, and I'm going to need another one for the windows. So, now the windows have a reflection on them, so you can't just leave them blank. Does that make sense to you all? So we need something for the windows. So I'm going to use a plane for that. And I'm just going to do a 1 by 1. I'm assuming you guys want me to do this, yes? Okay, just making sure. Now, when you guys take rendering and lighting, which you'll all take, Marty will go through all of these settings 100% better than I am. I am doing this just so we can get the model to kind of slightly resemble what we want it to. This is not good. These are all what I would call hot techniques, which means I'm just kind of doing them good enough to get the general feel for what I want. Alright, so you can see now I have all of these gray things. So now I need to make something for this window kind of window feel. There's going to be some problems with it, but that's fine. So let's come back over to my materials editor. Let's make a Windows material really quick. So let's do another standard surface. This one's going to be Windows. Color doesn't really matter for this. What does matter is the emission is something we'll probably play with. The subservice is something we could play with. The transmission is definitely something we could play with. Roughness, weight, color, metalness, diffuse, specular, weight, transmission weight, surface, scale type, anti-coat emission, geometry, matte, thin, thick, thin wall, matte, advanced, hardware texturing. I am looking for one thing that I am not seeing. Is that it?
Transparency.
Yeah, but it's not called transparency, it's called something else.
I believe that would be transmission.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so let's go ahead and take that transmission to about there, and then so roughness is going to make it less transparent, I believe, and disappearance.
Roughness just determines how many different particles get scattered when the light is opaque. And then your scatter would determine how far they would get scattered, I think.
That should be enough. Let's take the color all the way off of that. Take the color all the way on that. All right, let's apply that and see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed one. Oh, I got the wrong button. Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is my fingers are not working all of a sudden? I can't explain it.
Because it's cold here.
It is. It always is. Okay, so let's go ahead and Windows, assign material to selection. There we go. And Arnold and render. There we go. So now we've got our windows working, and we need to do 1 or 2 more little things, and we should be good. Let's move this window a little bit closer. Let's move. That window looks okay. That window looks okay. Let's move this window a little bit closer. Let's move this window a little bit closer. Okay, let's render that. Okay, so we're feeling pretty good. Everything is starting to come together. Let's make one for the TV. So that's my Windows. Windows. So Windows, we're going to need to give this some reflectivity in a second, but let's go over and do it on standard volume. No, not standard volume, excuse me. Standard surface. TV. Let's give this a super dark color. And done. And the roughness on this one is going to be very, very low. So if we set that rough, oh goodness. There it is. Okay, so there is my roughness. So let's set this very, very high. This thing always lies to me. Oh, goodness. All right, so you can see I'm not getting any reflection on that. Let's go ahead and take this all the way down the other direction. Still not really getting any kind of, oh, there's my speck over here. So you can see my specularity. Let's take it the other direction. Super flat, so let's keep this way up. And now let's come back over to my transparency, my auto, my rotation, IOR, transmission, coat, emission, thin film. Where did my metalness go? Subsurface. We're not worried about subsurface scattering. We are worried about metalness. Here we go. Let's turn, metalness is either on or off, but I'm going to use metalness for my reflectivity. So then I should be able to change my, oh, okay, so I was playing in the wrong thing. So here is my specular roughness. And then I have another roughness under my coat and all this other stuff. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to stick with that. My emission is if I wanted to turn something on. This is fine for what I need. So my metalness is on, and my roughness is how shiny do I want those to be. My TV should be pretty shiny. And my metalness is really supposed to be either a 0 or a 1. But it looks like there's a little bit of, so let's go ahead and leave that color up, and let's take this color down to something dark. There we go. So that gives me that TV kind of feel. Yes, you can kind of see it. So let's go ahead and TV. Let's assign that to the TV. Object mode. Where do I? Well, I'm not really super concerned about it. I haven't UV'd it, so it wouldn't matter. UV, automatic. All right, so there we go. I've got all that. Let's come over here. Arnold, render. Now I have nothing in my room, so there's nothing for it to really reflect off of. But you can see I've got something going on over there. Yes? All right, so next, let's work on those outdoor hard lights. So for my whole outdoor hard lights, I'm going to come back under Arnold, and I'm going to use my light, and I'm going to use my area light. Come back in over here, E, J.
Can you use an area light to replicate the effect of a setting something?
I don't know, I never really tried. I use it kind of just sparingly. Okay, I'm not getting anything, so we're gonna have to jack that light up. So then let's jack this light up. Let's go with the intensity and go to like 10. And let's render that. Still nothing. Let's jack this up to 50. Still nothing. Let's jack its exposure up to like 5. There we go. Still not really giving me the look and feel that I want of that sharp kind of thing. It's just kind of lighting up the whole thing. It actually looks like it's coming in through the roof right there rather than doing what I want it to do. Can you see it? Mm-hmm. It's giving me way too many bounces. It's not giving me this hit. Let's take this back down to 25 and let's change this to 2. Let's put this on the floor. So there's another thing that we would normally use for this, and it's kind of like a reflection bounce kind of thing so that we could focus some of that light. But I'm trying to not use that today, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not. For some reason, I am not being able to get through this light. Let me see if it has something to do with this. W. Let's move that. Let's render this again. Render. There we go. So the problem that I'm hitting is it's not going through the back of that thing. So we need to change a setting on this window. Does that make sense to you all? So as you can see, I'm pretty clearly getting that. And look, that light is bouncing off of that now. So we're doing that good. So let's look at this window's properties. So we've got window, that's my texture. Transmission. Set the transmission weight to 1, render. Nope, we're back down to dark. Let's go ahead and get the planes shading group, and let's see attributes. I can't hear you. What?
Does the plane render on both ends?
I can't understand a thing you're saying.
Does the plane render both ends?
No, that's what I'm trying to change right now. I'm trying to make it light pass through it and ignore the object. Tessellation attributes, nope. Mesh display. So let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, let's see if we can do it through here. It's usually the transmission that lets light pass through it.
Try turning scatter down.
Yeah, let's try that.
That make it darker.
No, I changed some color too. Let's go ahead and change the scatter. Well, we got a little something going on there. But now we can't see out that back window because that's my roughness. And scatter. Nope. Okay, so I know about that there. Rotation, roughness, specular color, roughness. No, I want maxed out there. IOR. Starting to get there. I'm short one thing. Windows. Dagnabbit.
Translucent.
Yeah, but this is under the wrong material.
What is that?
Lambert 1.
Oh, okay.
All right, so somebody look it up real quick.
Okay.
Just get light to go through a polygon shape. I can't figure out how to do it right this second. I don't remember how. Let's work on another piece while somebody looks that up. Okay, so these are our next little shape. So let's go ahead and put in another cube. Cube. Okay, and W, and we're going to duplicate that window shape for just a second to get this through. So let's come over here and TV. Nope, where's Windows? Windows is right here. Let's duplicate that. Control C, Control V. Where did Windows just go? Base, placed, texture.
Are you ready for it, Thomas?
Yeah.
Alright, so select the object mesh.
Select the object. Just read it to me. What does it say?
Select the object mesh, open the attribute editor, press Control A if that's already open. Go to Shape Node tab, the example below the shape of the tab is a window show the shape. Scroll down and click the Arnold roll down and disable opaque.
Okay, so we're going to grab this static mesh, and then we're going to go into, say it one more time.
The attribute editor, go to Shape Node tab.
For the initial shading group or for the shape, an initial node tab.
Okay, and then
Hold on, I don't have an initial node tab. Node behavior, Arnold,
yeah, and then disable opaque. Right there, it's right there in front of you.
opaque. Okay, let's try that. There we go. I knew it was simple.
Then it says that the transmission weight must be 1 in the hypershader.
And that we've already got set.
That's it.
Yep. Transmission weight is set to 1. Okay, so we should be set for that. So then, did that apply to all of the windows? Render, or did that just apply to the one window?
Only the one, probably.
No, it should have applied to all of them. Okay, so no, we need to apply that other setting. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then let's go grab all that, and then let's come down to Arnold, and let's do opaque, and then let's Arnold and render. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We're still pretty soft on that, so we're going to change a setting in that light. Okay, so let's come down into this light, and let's change this exposure to 0 for just a second, and let's change this exposure. So can you guys see that I'm moving the shadow inside of here? So by changing the exposure, because I want to get that sharp light, and so I don't want a soft light on it. Density, sample visibility, indirect. Okay. Let's do a 3 and a 5. There we go. Let's do a 4. Okay, let's look at what I've got. Render. There we go. It's starting to get pretty crispy. Getting some good reflection. Okay, so Control D. Looks like I'll need another one kind of over here-ish.
If you put those lights too close to each other, will they end up multiplying?
Yes. Absolutely. Okay. You can also see that light in this window, so I'm going to have to do a little change on that. And I still don't believe that this is working correctly. Opaque, 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 opaque. All right, let's try that again. Arnold render. There we go. And we're starting to get those lights coming in. Like I said, this is just the quick and dirty version of this stuff. Marty goes over how to do this for an entire semester. Just the quick and dirty version. Okay, I'm going to change these guys to rounds, disc, and disc. And I'm going to change this. There we go. And shadow color, shadow density, change that to 0 for just a second. Arnold and render. So we've got that. Okay, let's change that shadow density to 5. Can only go to 1. Volume samples to 1. Visibility. Alright, starting to get something pretty close to what I wanted. Yes, can you guys see it? But now you can see my floor is giving me way too much reflection, going in the wrong direction, so I still need to tweak that a little bit. My TV is still working. We're going to go ahead and put something in this room really quick. So, let's build a helix really quick. Oh, not a helix. Let's build a gear, prism, a pyramid. Sphere. I guess it is a. What's a prism? That's new. Yeah, not what I'm looking for. Let's just use a helix. Radius. Coils, height, there we go, width, division axis, okay, object mode, R, W. Okay, let's give those things some properties. Just trying to create something for light to bounce off of here. That's really all I care about. Just need some stuff for the light to interact with. Okay, so then let's go ahead and come back over to here. Standard surface, and this one is going to be called stuff. And let's make this a color. How about a nice green color? How about a nice green color with That's fine. Okay, let's render that. So I need to get this light out of this window. But these are starting to feel right. Still not getting anything to bounce off of this TV yet. I want something to bounce off of this TV. Look at that TV for just a second. Let's check its angles. Why can I not play with this TV? W. E. E. Thank you. Okay. And then let's grab TV from over here. Where'd my TV go? Here's my TV. Okay, so here's my TV. Let's see if we can't. We don't want any transmission on that, but we do want metalness. Let's raise my metalness up. And we don't want any roughness. Pull that over to there, and we don't want any transmission on it. That should do something. Let's go ahead and Arnold and render. There we go. And I've got my green thing showing up in my TV a little bit. I can see it better on my monitor than yours, but you can see there's a little bit of the green showing up.
Do you mind maybe lower the roughness?
The roughness is set to 0 already. That's why it's reflective. It's working properly. That is exactly what I expected it to do.
Oh, okay.
It looks a lot like that TV. I could, if I wanted to, I can come through here and change my specular roughness to 0, and that will bring it up a little bit. And then my metalness, I can max it out. The more your metalness goes up, the more reflective it will become. So that's pretty maxed out. Say again.
What's IOR?
I actually don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to refresh myself. Let's change it. Where do you see it? IOR, it's grayed out once I nail that roughness up.
It was affected by the metalness. Like once you put that out, it was.
Yeah, once it. All right, so we've got that looking fairly correct. We're gonna need, it looks like, one more light kind of in the back. Okay, and let's render that. And let's compare the lighting that we have to the lighting that... Man, my computer is just flipping out and dying. I really don't know what the problem is. I'm so sorry. But we're getting pretty close to the lighting that I would be looking for. It's not quite as dynamic, and it looks like, so we're gonna still need to put these in this rafters to get this top part lit. I'm still not happy with this right here. I think there's a little bit more that we can do with that, but I'm definitely getting some of the reflections that I want. A lot less.
IOR stands for index of reflection.
Index of reflection.
Refraction. So like it's like how it curves the light.
There you go. That's what it does then.
So like if you wanted to do a curved TV, you would increase your index of reflection.
Think more like a fish tank with water in it and the way the light curves in the water. Okay, there we go.
There's actually a online list of all different types of materials and things. They actually categorize index of refraction if you want to replicate.
Yeah, but it's totally beyond what we're doing. We are just really keeping this basic. Don't get crazy with this. We just need a couple of little transparencies and some reflections.
Okay.
You can see I've got the highlight. I would need to clean it up. I've got the reflections. I've got the reflections. I've got stuff going on. My light is bouncing. Everything is starting to come together. Can you guys see the light that I'm trying to mimic and where it's going? Does that feel about right to you all? So let's work on lighting up this interior top now. So I'm just going to come through here. I'm going to grab this cube. And what I'm going to do with this cube is R, bring that into about here, and I'm going to need another material. So this material is going to be called, is that what my TV's pasted window? I wonder where they went. I don't need these. These are extra. I'll leave it be for right now. I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, let's make a new material. Standard surface, and this one is going to be ceiling light. Okay, so my color is going to be that soft brown. Okay, that looks pretty good for color. My roughness and my metalness aren't going to matter. I'm going to leave those alone. My specular, I am going to crank my specular up, and it is. My transmission is going to matter for this. Crank that down to about there. And I do want to do some subsurface scattering for this, and it's already there. Okay, that should do that. And let's grab that. And where did ceiling light go? Ceiling light, assign material to selection. And now I'm going to make another light. Arnold lights, area light. There's my area light right there. Oh my God, the air conditioner is kicking and I'm dying in here. It is literally making my clothes cold. Okay, so instead of using this cylinder, I'm going to change my shape to a quad. Oh, where is it? Change my shape to a cylinder. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this light inside of this thing for just a second, and let's play with that. Okay, there we go. And let's render that. Where'd that thing go? Should have been paying more attention. Let's move that down. Right there. Should be able to see it there. There it is. And you can see it's giving off a little bit of glow internally. Can you see it? So let's go ahead and put it back up to where we want it. Let's duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it. Combine. Control D. Whoa, what the hell did I combine? Combine. There we go. Control D. Why did my lights not come with that? Dagnabbit. Control D, Control D, Control D. That's a butt ton of lights right there. Arnold, render. Where did I put them? I can see them in the window. Oh, there they are. They're just out of screen. Combine. Control D. Control D. Why is that not keeping all of my lights? What's group GB? Control G. There we go. Thank you. All right, let's see what that looks like. Render. There we go. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's go ahead and why is my Skydome selected? My Skydome's not selected.
When you combine them, is you have trouble?
Yeah, but my Skydome's not selected. I think it's just named selected. See, it's not moving. Okay, and Control D. Let's grab that, put that there. And let's grab this and make sure that I've got enough of that in there to get what I want. And then Arnold and render. There we go. Alright, we'll let this render all the way out, and it should be pretty close to what I want. And I'm going to stop recording again.